PC gamers swear by keyboards that use mechanical switches, but proper mechanical keyboards aimed at workaday productivity style use are pretty rare. Luckily, here's Logitech, one of the old stagers of the peripherals world, on a mission to redress that balance with the MX Mechanical keyboard. Design-wise, the MX Mechanical comes in two form factors. Full size is 60%. We decided to opt for the full-size version for this video, which includes the full numpad to the right side. The Mini does not. The MX is a handsome if understated beast that comes in various shades of gray, which feels classy in terms of materials and as well made as you would expect from Logitech. All the plastics it uses are high quality, and an aluminium faceplate below the keys further enhances the impression of solidity which it projects. By general keyboard standards, its surface area is quite compact, with keys more or less extending to each edge, and it's also quite low profile, especially for a mechanical keyboard, but it's also quite heavy, given its size. Personally, I don't think that's a bad thing. Even though I often type with a keyboard on my lap, I'd rather have a keyboard that feels solid than one that feels flimsy. In terms of layout, it's spot on. Since it's a full-size keyboard, it has a full complement of F keys, although its compact surface area means those aren't separated from the number keys below them. I didn't find that a problem, although some pickier users might. There's that full numeric keypad at its right-hand extremity, and a set of arrow keys, with plenty of space around them. To the left of that resides a collection of useful keys like Home, Ends, and Del. It's a slightly unconventional layout, but feels thoroughly logical and intuitive. At this point, it's worth mentioning that the MX Mechanical keyboard has been conceived, to an extent, as a companion peripheral to Logitech's glorious MX Master 3S, since, like that mouse, the keyboard can be hooked up to devices in two ways, via the supplied Logitech 2.4 GHz wireless dongle, or via Bluetooth. You can use it to flip through the control of 3 devices at once, which will come in pretty handy for those who use, say, a PC, a tablet, and an Android phone for different working day tasks, as well as the mechanical keys. The MX Mechanical keyboard has another feature which will stir feelings of familiarity among those who habitually use gaming keyboards. Its keys are backlit. Because it's designed for productivity, that backlighting is white, rather than offering you all the colors of the spectrum, and is pretty discreet. It will turn itself off after a while, then switches back on as you approach it with your hands, which is pretty sweet. Hardly a vital feature, but the sort of thing that puts a smile on your face in the middle of an otherwise dull working day. You can, of course, turn the backlighting off or change its settings in the Lodi Options Plus software. As with the other peripherals that Logitech makes, the Lodi software offers something of a masterclass for other manufacturers in how to build software designed to control a keyboard. It's logical, understandable, pleasantly presented, and enjoyable to use, rather than a chore, which is usually the case for such software. With any wireless keyboard, battery life is always a concern, but in that regard, the MX Mechanical scores highly. Logitech has put a lot of effort into power saving, and claims that a fully charged MX Mechanical will give you at least 15 working days use before it requires a recharge. We desperately tried to disprove that with a number of typing marathons in Google Docs, Microsoft Word, and the like, but failed to do so. And you can extend its battery life considerably by using Bluetooth rather than wireless connectivity and turning off the backlighting. But such austerity also feels pretty unnecessary, since the MX Mechanical takes less than an hour to charge fully, via USB-C, during which time you can still continue to use it. And a few minutes of fast charge will yield about a working day's use. Charge-wise, it's as good as any wireless keyboard out there, which is genuinely useful in the sort of office environment it was designed for. And it feels great, too, thanks to those mechanical switches. You can choose between 3 switch types: tactile quiet, linear, and clicky. We opted for the tactile quiet switches, which lived up to the name in one respect. They were certainly tactile, and were probably as quiet as mechanical switches can go, but still made a fair bit of hollow, rather than clicky, sound. By mechanical switch standards, the MX Mechanical's keys are quite low travel, but they certainly provide that authentic mechanical feel. Logitech's first mechanical keyboard for productivity style use is hugely impressive. It's something of a luxury given its price, but it's definitely a luxury that will pay off in the long run. In terms of rendering the most humdrum of computing tasks slightly less soul-destroying when you use it to perform them, it's sensibly laid out. The backlighting could come in handy in low light settings, which it auto-senses, and its battery life is exemplary. It doesn't bulldoze the opposition to such an extent as its sister peripheral, the MX Master 3S mouse. But nevertheless, if you could persuade your boss to buy you one, it would definitely render your average working day, dare say, more enjoyable. We are going to end this video right away. If you have any query or information to share, please leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.